Hi guys, my name is Fred and this is Upfront with Fred. What the fuck? So, today we're gonna provoke a little bit. And provocation is good, I think, because it helps development. And there are people that are trying a lot of different mods that it works or doesn't really matter, but the development is the key in what we do. So kudos to all you guys. But what does work and what is, unnecessary modifications maybe? Because it's not really that much that doesn't work, but maybe we just don't have to do it. So people are talking about like injector nozzles, and they buy this and that and whatever, and they find them from India and I don't really even know what. But the best, now we're talking about the 604, 605, 606 engines as usual. Okay, so the best injector nozzles there is for these engines is the stock ones. We don't need to figure out the blah blah 253 this and 250 what. I don't even know the numbers of these injector nozzles you buy, and it's really an unnecessary upgrade. So your nozzles are shit. You know, the spray pattern is alright, you need new nozzles. And if you can't get original ones, you have to buy something else. Sure. And it's really good that the information is out there that, you know, some injector nozzles are better than others and so on. But as an upgrade, no point. There is a difference between the injectors though, and like the 604 has the Lucas injectors, and this is really an puta mierda. It's not a good thing, you know, because the Lucas injectors are like physically the same, visually the same, the parts match in between and so on, and the common perception is that the Lucas nozzles are the same as the Bosch injectors. Sorry, that the Lucas injectors are the same as the Bosch injectors, whatever. But they're not. And we have tried this, and actually together with Mr. Dieselmaker himself, and we had a long chat about that they are the same and the parts are interchangeable and so on, but when we tested it, it's not the case, you know. So I learned something, and I think the old fellow learned something as well. So the Lucas injectors are shit. If you have them, throw them in the bin and replace them with Bosch ones. The Bosch ones are in the 605 and 606. It's only the 604 that has the Lucas. But you know, we buy stuff online and so on, and if you have a visually similar injector, it's easy to be fooled that it works in the same way. It doesn't. And I think you just got a ding in the video because I got some shit. Alright, so that's injector nozzles for you and injectors in common. And what we have more, we have the Prechamber mods. You know, I don't even write this shit down, so I just go from whatever. But the Prechamber mods, you know, we have a couple of things there now. We have the balls, this Prechamber ball things. The stock ones are made of unobtainium. They will never break, and if they break, you are experience other issues than you know, than the failure of the Prechamber balls. That there is a guy doing this in some other unobtainium, it's all good. I mean, it's if you want to replace them, if there are some mods in the design that he done, I mean, it's all good. Necessary upgrade? Not really, you know, but it's a cool piece of kit. The Prechamber itself then, you know, we have all this drilling, and it's a fuck up to drill because it's harder than the devil's tail. I don't know if that's hard, but it's really, really hard. It's like harder than me, and I'm fucking hard. So the gods say, at least, I don't know. So this is the thing with the Prechambers. If you drill them, and you should have these holes in the front and these holes in the back, and you should do blah blah blah, I don't know. Unnecessary mod. It's no point at all. And if you can show me some info regarding like EGT and so on, sure, I'll believe it when I see it. But as of now, unnecessary mod. The Prechambers are very well designed from the beginning, and they flow the fuel you want to give it. You know, it's just like the injectors. They just keep on flowing. It doesn't matter what you give them. So, all right, Prechamber mod, the drilling thing, unnecessary mod. The balls, unnecessary mod. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. We had another thing that we talked about. Unnecessary mod, injectors, right? Thank you. So, what do we have more? Camshafts. Yeah, camshafts. But that's, you know, it's like a video of its own, because it's going to be 30 minutes talking about camshaft profiles. And, you know, I have this really good friend, Dave, what's his name? You know, he thinks he knows something about the engines, I don't know. And he told me that I should keep this more simple for him so he can understand. Just fucking with you, Dave. So, but, you know, it's we can't do it how technical, you know, it's not, everybody has to understand. So, cams, we just take it quick one, you know. So, we have the 604, 605, 606. They are all naturally aspirated engines in one form, and turbo engines, the 605 and 606, are turbo engines in another form. And the turbo engines have different camshafts than the naturally aspirated versions. So, is there a point in changing cams? I mean, is it a necessary upgrade? For me, yes. Yes, it is. Because I rev a lot. And, you know, the NA cams, they don't really give that much power on top, but they are happy to rev to 7,000. And the turbo cams is not. So if you rev your engine 5.5 or maybe, you know, pushing it to 6, it's probably an unnecessary upgrade to swap your cams to the NA ones. But if you want to rev your engine more, it is actually a very good upgrade. It's cheap, simple, and it works. So I think that the cams is like a 50-50, you know. Half of you guys, not a necessary upgrade. And half of you guys, it is a necessary upgrade. If you want to be really fast, you need to rev your engines. And we all know that torque times RPM equals power, right? So if we rev more, we have more horsepower. Now, we're not going to go technical on this shit, but the cams is the hearts and lungs of your of your engine. And if the cams give you full power at 5.5, you're gonna have full power at 5.5. You can squeeze a little bit more by adding fuel and boost on a higher RPM to get power in a higher RPM, but you know, that's forcing the engine, and the cams are designed to give full torque and full power in a certain RPM. So the NA cams, it moves a little bit, not super much, but it moves a little bit. If we want to go and rev and actually have more power on the revs, we need to go to stage 1 or stage 2 cams, because then we move all the power band up and we can have maximum power at, say, 6.5, you know. Or if we have stage 2, we have maybe I don't have this exactly now in my head, but right, like 7,000, you know. And if we have maximum power at 7,000 instead of 5.5, we have a lot more power. So, necessary upgrade? Yeah, you decide. So, injectors, pre-chambers, pre-chamber balls, and camshafts. Exhaust manifold. No, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck you. No. Of course, it's a fucking necessary upgrade. You know. So, and we have talked about everything in the videos. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. This is just gonna be a 12-minute one. So we know what's necessary and not necessary. Most of the shit is not necessary. Very strange. Okay. Love you.